All right. So thank you guys for coming, deciding to participate in this focus group. We hope the donuts are a good incentive for you guys to be here. Please feel free to enjoy them at any time in the session. There's plenty to go around. Um, so my name is Joe. I'll be moderating the focus group. And for anyone who doesn't know what a focus group is, it's a guided discussion in which we will be asking all of you guys questions to gain insight about the TV platforms that you use and just to think about what you might use in the future. So to begin, can we just go around the room and just state your name and your expected graduation date?
Taylor in spring.
I'm TJ, spring of 19.
Josh, spring of 19.
Justin, December 18. Hey.
Maya, spring 18.
I'm Jamie and spring 19.
I'm Jess, spring 18.
I'm Gina. I don't know. In 2018 at some point.
All right. So, what do you guys like to do in your in your downtime? And anyone can just talk whenever.
Usually just like watch Netflix.
Watch
Ooh,
Netflix.
I like Netflix too.
Okay. So you all
Yeah, I
pretty
do that
much.
too.
Yeah.
Everyone pretty much enjoys watching TV in their downtime. I mean, you can name anything, whatever you like
Yeah,
to do.
maybe throw a football, go crazy. Yeah. You know, maybe a baseball.
Step
If we're feeling
outside once or twice.
You know, see the
Okay.
sun, it's nice.
Okay, but everyone pretty much likes watching TV though, here and there. All right. So, what time of day do you think you typically watch TV?
At night. Yeah.
Yeah.
At nighttime? All right. And why do you think that is?
Just
because
Less busy.
Ours is on
Less
all the time.
busy.
It's not, like just in the background.
Bored.
Okay. So, how many days a week do you think that you watch TV?
7.
Different
Seven.
movies included?
Yeah, movies, TV,
Yeah,
everything.
just the television.
But not really like TV, just like
Only the
Netflix
3
or-
channels.
Well, I mean, we consider it as like TV, like any form of TV
Right.
entertainment.
5.
5 and 7. All right. And what do you guys prefer to watch? And this one I want to ask like each of you. So, what do you prefer to watch? Like, what type of shows? If you
Well,
have
I
a
have
favorite
my
show?
usual like stupid reality shows that I watch, like Siesta Key.
Yeah.
Oh, yo.
Well,
shit's
you
so
have to
good.
do it every week. So those are shows you have like for every week, like Bachelor and stuff. But then
Okay.
there's shows like on Netflix, like Gossip Girl.
So like some
And then
shows
like
are
This Is
just,
Us.
some shows just specifically Netflix you like to watch. Okay.
I could probably watch The Office on any given day of the year. So,
Nice, nice.
Westworld's pretty cool.
It's a good one.
It's a good show.
Oh, Friends, classic. Yeah, my fucking boy.
I like Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Okay.
I usually watch like Shameless or The Blacklist or my 600-pound life.
Wow.
Currently rewatching New Girl for like the first time.
Okay.
Mostly live sports, and then like I don't know, like pretty much anything on Netflix.
Okay.
Anything they listed was probably on there.
And where do you guys prefer to watch? Like, do you prefer streaming or like watching on the go, like on your computer if you go somewhere else, or do you prefer to be like at home, just sitting on the couch?
We hook our computer up to the TV and watch on the couch.
So like at home for
Definitely
you guys?
streaming to avoid commercials if possible.
Streaming. Okay.
Like
I
anything.
feel like most people just
Commercials
stream now. They
are
don't
just
use
weird
cable.
Don't they? Why do I want to see your
It's
face?
such a waste of time.
Do you guys ever watch TV any other places besides at home? Like if you go to the library and study and take a break sometimes?
I don't really watch it.
Yeah,
in the library.
ESPN one, like,
Yeah.
Maybe at a bar.
Yeah,
like a
ESPN.
sports game or something.
I saw someone watching Netflix on the treadmill yesterday.
Not working out hard enough.
Okay.
Not doing well.
Not dedicated.
No, I do
One's
that too
close.
sometimes. Just
That would be
time
good.
goes
You sign out.
faster.
Yeah, you watch like a thing.
I know Jenna
I-
does that
I-
too.
I would fall off the treadmill.
Just lose your focus and like, get thrown on.
So why do you guys think that you prefer streaming over traditional TV? Since you guys said that you prefer that.
Yeah, mostly to
Because
avoid
you
the
can
ads.
watch your show
You don't have
at
to
a
raise your hand
specific
either. You
time.
can-
I call on you, Jamie.
You can watch your show at a specific time. You don't have to like wait for it to come on at like 5 p.m. on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, like Siesta Key.
And watch like as many as you want in a row.
Yeah.
Good job.
Okay.
Or whatever.
So you guys would say you stream
because it's convenient for you.
And you don't have to watch commercials.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. Nice. And do you prefer to watch TV alone or with someone else, or if you had a choice?
It
if you had
depends
a
on
choice.
the
Show.
show.
Yeah.
You know,
Depends on the
if I'm
show.
gonna watch Jersey Shore, me and Matt Smith are just gonna kill it together.
Who's Matt Smith?
Nice guy.
Made up name. So
What-
what's the show that you think that you like that you watch by yourself?
Survivor, that's a good one.
No, I like to watch it with my
I watch
family.
Game of
Alright,
Thrones.
fine.
It's
Fine.
a family
By
show.
yourself.
That was
Then people
like,
tell
Always
me
on
like,
that.
Oh no,
Okay.
you're right.
Yeah,
Or like
fun-
Shameless, you just gotta enjoy it.
Your
so
question's
good.
done.
No.
Yeah, it's a
Talk-
discussion.
Open.
Yeah.
It's just a discussion. So, for everyone, if you had a choice between watching something with someone else or watching by yourself, what would you pick?
Definitely
And
with other
one
people.
at a time. So you'd rather
Yeah.
watch something with other people?
I mean, it depends what mood I'm in. Like,
Yeah.
If I'm trying to just like relax and watch Netflix, I'm gonna be alone. But if I'm
Okay.
feeling social.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going crazy.
Yes, we ever want to watch it.
Sports.
Yeah,
shows.
like if it's a
Boys.
game,
It's
you got
almost
running
one
on the
at a
game or
time,
something.
Josh.
How about you?
I would say with people, but if it's like a
Serious.
tired afternoon, I'll watch it on myself.
Okay.
Yeah, and I prefer watching it with people. But like if I'm like going to sleep or something, I'll just watch it like on my computer.
Okay. And then we have your answer. How about
Way
you?
to go, man.
I would definitely rather
Yeah,
watch
sure.
with other people.
Other people?
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
Everyone say who you want to watch it with.
So now we're just gonna do a little scenario. Could you guys please close your eyes for a second and then imagine this? So you recently graduated college. Now you have a job, and that job pays around $45,000 a year to start off. I'm sure you guys will all be making way more than that after. And you just purchased your own apartment by yourself with your name on the lease and everything. No help from your parents. And now open your eyes, you guys got that scenario in your head. You can imagine that. So as far as
Sounds
I thought trailer.
as far as
I'm so
TV,
excited.
or entertainment for your new apartment, what do you think that you will purchase? And assumes that you can't use like one of your friends' Netflix accounts or Hulu accounts or something like that. Like it has to be under your name and it's coming out of your pocket. So what do you think that you
Smart
purchase?
TV. With
Smart
like that
TV.
has like Netflix and like Hulu and all the other like options on there, so you don't have to worry about like cable.
But you
Yeah,
still,
aren't you gonna have to pay for that?
so you
Yeah.
still have to pay for
They're pretty
Netflix
cheap,
though. And
Well, Netflix is cheap.
Well, HBO
HBO might
maybe.
not be.
HBO.
Oh,
One
HBO's
for
like 15.
Can't give up HBO.
But Comcast
so
will wrap you into that 15 hours.
HBO, you know,
Yeah, I think
Stars.
They like automatically
Stars.
put it on.
so like for this one at a time,
Showtime.
what do you think that like you would purchase? Like as far as not just the actual TV itself, but the platforms and stuff that you would use. Like if you get Netflix and Hulu on your smart TV, then you have to buy prescriptions for both of those. Or if you already have an Amazon Prime account, you have Amazon TV. Or you're gonna get like Comcast or Verizon so you can watch sports and news. And,
Yeah, I would
So-
get like all the sports. I would get like anything for sports packages, like related, like Fox, Big Ten Network, like ACC Network, all that.
NBA.
So you buy
TV.
cable.
okay.
I know you take that.
And keep in mind that like you're paying. This is
Yeah, I
all
would buy
coming
the
out
cable.
of, all coming out of your pocket. So you buy cable.
Mhm.
How about you? And you don't have to only do one or the other two. You can do multiple and just explain why.
I don't know. I guess I just buy everything because I feel like there's stuff that I buy that's like different channels.
But
So-
even though you have bills now,
Well, I don't
and-
really. I don't know. I don't. Pass.
She has
Okay.
to do her budget first. She has to
Yeah, I have to
Okay.
do my budget plan.
and then how about over here? What do you
Cable.
think? Cable?
Yeah, simple.
Mm,
Simple man.
No Netflix, no Hulu, HBO. Don't need any of that.
Yeah. I would do
All
that.
right.
Okay, he's just gonna use Maya.
I would.
No, but keep in mind you can't. Like,
Yeah.
for this-
Yeah.
for this
I
scenario,
might
you-
still use cable. I'm not gonna
Can't.
buy any of that.
okay.
It's not worth it.
You know, I want cable, maybe some of the premium channels, you know, like the shows. But that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no
Net-
more.
Like Netflix, maybe, well, HBO, some simple stuff.
Okay.
So everything.
Just start listing off like $400 worth of entertainment channels.
Never had
Just
to
give me the
show
full
time.
entertainment from Comcast, $200, and then every other one.
Shameless on Showtime.
I'm a
I buy
simple guy.
Showtime.
I really only
Star.
need one.
I buy the whole package, the whole thing, the whole
Just
thing.
for you specifically,
Yeah, you might wanna-
since you said you pretty much get them all, what
I
if
don't
you
know
had
if
to choose
that's-
one? What would be the most
Ah,
important?
okay.
Like the main like channel
Yeah.
thing. Probably just Netflix because I can do like like
Well,
HBO only has like a
yeah.
specific amount of shows. Like Netflix has like HBO shows, Star shows, like a whole variety.
Cool.
Even.
Cool.
Go
I
ahead
forgot
with
the
your
question.
routines.
So you bought your own apartment, you have a job.
We're
I
still
forgot
on
the
that
question.
one.
Yeah,
Um,
What do you buy for your apartment as far as entertainment?
I guess I'd buy HBO and Netflix.
HBO and Netflix?
Yes.
So no Comcast, no Verizon.
I honestly hate Comcast. I'm living in
Same.
this apartment. I maybe Verizon. I don't know.
Okay.
What?
Go ahead.
I would say I'll be the realistic one since we'll probably have no money. I'll just stick to Netflix and hopefully I won't be watching TV that much after I graduate.
All right.
Nice.
I probably wouldn't get cable just because I don't really watch it to begin with. So just Netflix.
Okay.
I agree.
I mean, it depends if I'm living with other people that are splitting the cable bill, but if it's solely myself, I'm probably not buying cable because it's really expensive or not that much of a benefit. I
And it
probably
doesn't come
just.
with that many channels.
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure the basic thing, though, is like $120, and I can get, like, Netflix for $8. So
Right.
I'd probably do Netflix and then maybe, like a YouTube TV where it's cheap and I can watch, like, sports games on that.
Okay,
And
okay.
just hook it up.
And then the next question for people that
I had a lot of
decided-
time to think about it.
For people that decided not to do cable at all, name the platform that you just chose, and then what specifically would make you go to that platform versus a different one? Like, for instance, let's say if I decided to choose only Netflix, I would only watch Netflix because it has my favorite TV show, Peaky Blinders, or something like that. So, back to you.
Well, I said Netflix just because, like, it has a lot of shows, and it seems like they just always add a million, even if they're bad, but, like, they just have a lot of variety, so for $8, I feel like it's a pretty good deal. And then the other one I just had because of if I'm not getting cable, I would want a way to watch sports games. So then it would probably be like whatever's the cheapest. Like I think YouTube TV does something pretty cheap, which is why I said that. But
Okay, cool. So it's mainly just you want to watch certain shows on
the
Netflix.
only thing
and
I
they don't
usually
really
watch
have them
on
on
cable
other
is
platforms
the
either.
only stuff I watch on cable is stuff they have on Netflix that I don't need cable to watch, or live sports,
Cool.
or maybe news occasionally, like the Olympics. But that's like 4 years. I can wait.
I'll just go to my parents' house.
Right? Like,
I don't really have a reason why specifically Netflix. I mean, like it has The Office and stuff like that. Hulu doesn't have
Okay.
any type of
The
show
Office.
like that. I feel like maybe there's just more of a variety than Hulu and other platforms.
Are there any shows on Netflix that you can't watch anywhere else that make you like Netflix at all?
The Office, Parks and Rec.
Well, I mean, The Office they have on TV too. Comedy Central plays it.
Yeah, but not. I can't binge watch it. And,
or watch
in
it.
order.
Okay.
So.
Nice, nice. How about you?
I said that I would stick with Netflix, and just because like it has the shows that I'm watching and the convenience of it, probably.
Like what show?
Well, I like The Blacklist. I like Shameless. I watch Grey's Anatomy a lot, so.
I picked HBO because they have Game of Thrones, and it's not. I don't think it's on any other like channels. And I picked Netflix because I like binge watching shows. So even if it's a terrible show, I'll still watch it.
Okay. Have you ever considered reading the books for Game of Thrones?
I have, but I heard they're really long.
Yeah.
They're like a
Yeah,
dictionary.
I like them, but that I might not be able to read those.
Right. How about over here?
I know Stranger Things is only on Netflix, which is awesome.
I like
So that's something that would make you choose Netflix. Like, let's say if you had a choice between one of them, you choose Netflix because
Yeah, 'cause it's
Stranger
Stranger
Things.
Things,
Yeah, you can't watch that anywhere else. Okay.
I say cable, but Narcos pretty cool.
So,
You can't have
as
Netflix
far as-
originals outside of Netflix.
As far as cable, why would you choose cable? Like, what is it about cable that attracts you? Or
Sports they have and sports Center ESPN. You can't really get that on Hulu or Netflix or any of that.
Right. Is there any TV shows or channels that you like to watch on cable that you can't really
Can't even think of one.
get?
And
So it's just
Practical Jokers.
sports.
That's
Oh,
so
you're
bad.
right. That's just pretty good.
J10.
That's
That's the only show I watch on cable.
Yeah.
That's good. I agree.
So,
Practical Jokers.
I'm the cable just for that shit.
yeah, good
And then
luck.
over
I
here,
said cable, but I mean, pretty much the same thing. Like ESPN.
Sports.
Yeah,
because you can't really get it anywhere else.
unless you watch like ESPN live on like a computer or something like that if you have an account. But
Okay.
This is also on HBO, right?
You know what it
This is
What?
also
I
What
love
is
this
it?
show. Yeah, it's only on HBO.
Yeah, so like I need HBO for This Is Us.
You do. Oh, so
And like I watch like the challenge and stuff, which is on MTV,
what are you
and then I
talking
watch like the
So you get like a combination of both. Then.
Yeah, we're thinking
Okay.
of the show. This is us on
Nice.
NBC.
what is it?
The one that we like is on HBO. The one with the
Yeah.
What is it called?
Oh, Big
Oh.
Little.
All right. So next, I'm gonna ask you guys how important the price is to you. So, for instance, for those of you that said like you chose like a streaming platform, let's say that the price of Netflix or whatever platform you prefer went up to equal the price of Comcast a month, which is like around $100 a month. Would you still be interested in staying for that platform, and why?
I mean, I definitely feel that if it was the same price as Comcast, I would not buy Netflix. Like, the benefit to me is that it's, I mean, they just raised their prices of like $9 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, 13. So even 13 starting to push it, like, it was at 8 and I felt like that was a great deal, but then you start adding that up monthly and, you know, it starts to add up. So even though it's still for a year would be less than like 1 month of a Comcast subscription, I would not be paying like $200, you know, for Netflix.
Right.
The reason I would pay for Comcast is to get all of the services, because they also do like on-demand services just like Netflix, but it's not as thorough and in-depth. So it's like that's why Netflix is better
Okay.
right now for that price. But
Okay.
if it was the same price, there's no way I would buy that.
So price is definitely really big in your decision.
Yeah,
making process.
100%.
All right. Cool.
For me, it's not really about the price, it's about the convenience. So I would say that I would pay as much for Netflix because it's convenient.
Okay.
Cable's
And
pretty much-
is it specifically just the convenience, or is it just because they offer shows that you can't really get anywhere else either?
I'd say that's like a factor of the convenience. It's the like a variety of shows and also the being able to watch it back to back whenever I want to, and pausing it and coming back.
No commercials.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
I would say price is definitely a factor, but I don't think I would pick cable over Netflix if Netflix went up just like a little bit, because it is still so much cheaper than cable. So I guess it depends like how much the price actually went up.
Okay. So let's assume that the prices are exactly the same.
All right.
And it doesn't just have to be Netflix either. It's whatever streaming platform you like best, Hulu, HBO.
I guess if they were the same price, I'd have to go based on like what I was actually watching at that point. And if I was watching like all Netflix shows, I would stick with Netflix. But if I had like other options on cable, then it would kind of have to do with that.
So would you say that cable has less options for your interests
As
than
of now, I
Netflix?
think cable has less options, but that's just because like based on what I'm watching at the moment.
Okay, nice. So the price really doesn't mean too much to you.
Not too much, just because like I think that Netflix could raise their price and get away with it, just because it is such an asset in a lot of people's lives. I don't know.
Is convenience a big thing as far as being able to watch Netflix anywhere you go? Does that matter to you, or just not really?
Yeah,
Is
but
it
if you
mainly
buy a
about the
cable
price of
like
the show?
program, I know like at home I have Optimum, and I can watch like Optimum from my phone and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I feel like everyone's kind of getting on the same page, and you can watch anything anywhere.
Nice.
I would probably pick cable, I guess, because like she was saying, like you can watch it anywhere, no matter what. Like my dad, like I have Verizon Fios, and like I can log onto my dad's account and watch every option that's available on there. So like I have like all the channels, and I think Netflix is the convenience thing. But if it went up to like the same price as cable, like $100 a month, like I wouldn't really pay for it because the shows on there kind of get old after a while. They don't really add the best things every time they're adding stuff.
What about that? Did you see that they're adding new shows that come on every week? There's different episodes, and they're trying to actually do like up to date stuff as far as creating a new show too. That they do new episodes every week.
No, I didn't see that. But
If they did add that, would that make a difference to you or
Game
no?
of Thrones, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know,
She's
maybe.
down to bargain.
If they were the same price, I'd choose cable because like Netflix is, it's not live. It's like all shows that have already aired before, and it's just like watching reruns or like rewatching a series. But like cable, thank you. But like cable, you can just like watch live, like as it's happening. Sports, TV shows, just it's more up to date.
So same thing. If Netflix were to add that in the future,
I still
Still.
stay cable.
okay.
Yeah, I'd probably stay cable too, but Netflix is good just because you can do, I guess, a genre, if you can horror or comedy and that. But like the cable how it's like live and the exact movie is great.
Right.
Yeah, I'm cable too. I just think Netflix can get redundant at points with the quality of the shows and everything. And like everyone has been saying, the cable like has live shows and up-to-date stuff. And when you said like how Netflix is bringing in like weekly stuff, if they're the same price, I still just don't see it wouldn't worth it.
Still think cable's a better
Yeah.
option. Okay.
Yeah, I guess cable's a better option also because I watch a lot of like on-demand stuff. So like Netflix doesn't have a lot of the shows that I would watch. And also like for on TV, you could go like on your computer and like just go like on NetTV.com kind of deal. So you don't need to have Netflix. Of course.
Right. Right. So for the people that said that streaming was their number one choice, when the prices are different, of course. So price has a big factor to do with that.
I feel like if prices were all the same, you have to like take into consideration like what else they're offering. Like I know Amazon Prime, if you buy like that account, you get free shipping, but then you also get free access to all their movies and shows, so and music. So like maybe like Netflix will have to like start adding stuff just to like keep up with other options.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
And then, so based off everyone's responses, the majority did choose streaming as your most likely television platform, with the exception of a couple people. And then, so imagine yourself a few years older now. So you already graduated, you already got your own apartment and everything, but now you're older and you're living with a significant other. You're thinking about starting a family or already started a family, maybe on accident. So
They're people too.
what do you think that that'll influence your decision in purchasing more or less television platforms, or no? You think your things will still be the same?
And I would definitely
Everything.
because
If
before
I
I
had
didn't
the
know how to
budget, I'll
pick,
get
so
it
then
all.
yeah, I feel like if you have somebody else to balance you out, like you could afford to pay for everything. Like now at home, I have like all of that, so like I would just do that.
But do you think that everything is worth the price? I mean, that's,
I
that's
like
a
the
high bill
convenience
if you
of
have
being able
all
to
of
pick
them.
because I feel like with my shows, I watch something from here, something from there, so it's just like I wouldn't want to cut one of my things out
Right.
if I like didn't have to.
Okay.
You know?
Plus, if you have a family, like everyone else has different interests, so like, and if you have a set family, you usually have the money to be able to afford it. So, like, you don't have to worry about the price as much.
What if money's tight? Your wife just had triplets.
No.
This is just- I'm just-
Well, we're not watching TV for a while now.
Okay, so
Wrong with
We're worried
everybody.
about food.
So you had to choose one. You can afford to eat. You guys have a nice sized house. You can afford to pay your bills. Except TV is seen as a luxury, but you can afford one of them. You're still sticking to TV. You think that's best for the kids?
Yeah.
Everything.
I think you should go with cable, honestly,
Yeah, I was gonna
because there's
say.
a lot of choices.
And at that point, when you're that old, like you're
You're not
Your
binging.
focus have
Yeah.
switched from like binge watching random episodes of Office when
To like
you're probably intoxicated to like actually trying to stay up with news and current events
You have a
and
schedule.
business. Like if you're involved in a certain industry, probably whatever's going on in that
Right.
industry,
And
and
once-
business news. like
Once
that
you're
kind of
kids, you
stuff.
probably only have like an hour a
To
day.
watch
So
TV, so you can
that
if that.
show that comes on once a week, every week, is like perfect. Just so
Yeah, it's your little like getaway for that time. So I definitely
Get
think
away
that the preferences of what you're trying to watch would change. So the packages or the service that you're buying would definitely change with it.
So I think it's interesting you mentioned focus. So would you say that the streaming platforms are just more convenient now and more fun now, and you can use them more just because you don't have as much responsibilities maybe? You can afford to watch one episode, fall in love with the show, and
Definitely. And
keep
binge
watching
watch.
for the rest of the day.
And like the thing about Netflix that like I didn't know they were adding that weekly new shows to it. I feel like that's even counterintuitive for them because like the point of Netflix is to be able to go and watch the whole season at once if you want to.
Right.
You know, like the benefit of seeing a show that's once a week isn't like, oh, I get to watch this once a week. Like if you could, why not just watch the whole season?
Right.
So like that's kind of confusing why they would do that. But
Okay. Anybody else have any input on that?
Well, a lot of like the shows I stream aren't always just from Netflix. Like if it's HBO or a show or something, they still have their own websites and you can download their apps to like watch those. So I don't know. I guess it's just like you have to pick which ones you wanted of those like premium channels they're bought, and then like if you want a cable included on that. Because I don't know if you need cable. You don't need cable anymore to get those like websites or like apps. I guess so. But
Makes sense. Makes sense. Anybody else? Any input? It's farther down the line. You're starting to start a family.
You're starting to give us anxiety about
Yeah.
going
More,
this far.
more expenses. Are
once I'm
popping
30,
up.
I'm dead, right? Like that's when life ends.
Essentially, you might not have as much time to be able to binge watch shows, but on the weekends you might not be going out as much too, so you might want to keep binge watching shows. Who knows? What do you think?
I mean, I feel like if you're a significant other, it really depends on what you
Their
guys
input.
like, mutually like agree on. So
Maya loves Game of Thrones, but you hate Game of Thrones.
exactly.
Crazy.
Oh wow.
Crazy. That's good guess.
So like, why would you like?
These wild kids over
You
here.
Well, I'd
figure out what
say
you guys wanna
my
watch.
mom picks what's
But usually you
on
have
the
to
show.
decide whether the significant other wants. So I really doesn't really have opinion on that. So
Josh loses.
Also, like it depends on how far you progressed in your career, right? Like if you're making $45,000 trying to support a family.
Well, this is farther down the line.
But that's what I'm saying.
Hopefully
Like,
we can-
okay,
Yeah.
but that depends, right? Like
Well, as a
some
teacher-
fields you don't progress that far down.
So
the
you're
line.
That's
pushing-
very true.
So,
That's very true.
Like if you're stuck with $45,000
So
and
what's
now your
everyone's
budget
dangerous?
shrinks, you might have to set back. But like if you've made more money and you have the money to spend, you're probably more inclined to spend it on that for the very reason of like your kids are gonna want to watch different shows, your significant other is gonna want to watch their shows. You're gonna want the services to be like, oh, I'm not gonna be there for that game. Let me record it and watch it later. You know, like.
right.
And at that point, if that's what you want to do, like, and you have the money, then yeah, you're probably going to be inclined to do that. But like, it definitely would depend on whether or not you actually have that money to spend. Because if you're supporting a family with the same amount of money that you're supporting yourself, there's no way you're doing that.
I agree.
6 figs. Easy.
I mean,
6
a
figs, maybe.
teacher, so I don't
At that
know
point,
my
I'm buying
salary-
20 TVs. I'm having a box on everything.
My salary won't like increase that
Yeah.
much,
Small salary.
except it's
6
like
is
I'm
normal.
old, so like I feel like my salary won't increase. It'd have to like depend on like my significant other because like I'll stay around the same like under
Level of
50,000 for
income
like
for
not
Okay.
until like hours.
6 figs.
7. Don't
So
cut
the
yourself
last question, and then I want everyone to answer individually. Name the 2 things that are most important when you're going to be making your decision. Like, for instance, price, convenience, streaming, anything. But not to put ideas in your head or anything, but name your personal 2 things that come into mind. Let's start over here.
I think price is the biggest one. I mean, that's why Netflix is competitive right now. Because like that question where we had if they were the same price, what would you do?
Mhm.
Like the whole benefit is that it's $10 a month compared to $100, $200 a month. So price is definitely like the number one thing. But then probably the quality of their entertainment provided. Like if and that also depends on like your preferences, obviously. But
yeah, this is just for you.
yeah,
just
so
for you.
so specifically, like if they have like the live sports I want and the like good comedy and good things that like the variety of shows I like, then I'm going to be inclined to get them. Which is why like right now I prefer Netflix over. Even I have Amazon Prime and I never watch it just because the shows on there just are not as interesting or like hooking to me than Netflix.
Right.
So it's definitely price and then like the quality of what they have as entertainment.
Do you even consider Amazon Prime as a entertainment
I don't.
platform,
I mean,
or do
so
you specifically have?
I
it just
do it
for
specifically for the shipping.
Right.
The other benefits are nice, and it kind of makes it like, hey, it's an
like a
extra
bonus.
added kind of perk. But like, they have some good stuff. Like they have some old HBO stuff and things like that. But it's not like they're coming out with their new Amazon originals like Netflix does,
Right.
or like putting out really great shows like HBO. But like, they just kind of have a variety of like old, used things.
Nice.
You know, like it's
Nice.
not that great.
How about you?
Probably convenience and variety.
Convenience and variety. Can you elaborate a
Yes.
little bit?
Well, convenience, like what I said before, like being able to pause it when I want to pause it and coming back to it where I left it, and being able to watch things back to back. And variety, just the variety of shows they have that I like.
Okay. So you'd say you really enjoy binging, and especially when you find a show that you really like.
Mhm.
So that's why you'd stay on, not necessarily Netflix, but one of those other social platforms versus cable.
Mhm.
Okay.
I would say price and like what else they have to offer, like what benefits come with it, are probably the two most important things. Because I don't know, like obviously, like you're paying for it, so you want to get the best.
What are some of the benefits that you personally would look for?
Well, like I said with the Amazon thing, like you get shipping, so like that's completely different from like watching TV. So that's like a really great thing. And I mean, I don't really know any other things at the moment, but like music and other stuff. So
Okay. Nice.
I don't know. I feel like I'd choose the price over it just because I think that I will be something I have to worry about like what I'm spending my money on. And I like watching movies, so I think my main focus would be probably movies, like what types of movies there are on either of those. But I think I would still pick cable if it was like the same price as the streaming ones.
Okay.
I'd say like the price and probably like
Sorry, I'm having trouble understanding you.
Well, there you go.
Well, that's
Allegra,
Alexa.
stop it. Damn you, Alexa. I'd say price. I'd say like price and probably like quantity, variety, like the price of it, and then also like what they have to offer like the shows they like, things I'm interested in, I guess.
Okay.
I'd say price and probably price. I don't know. Even though I'm making good money, I don't really need.
Always
The
looking for a
best.
deal.
I'm always looking for a deal. And I don't know. I feel like I don't really need cable and all that stuff that much, so I just keep it to the minimal, being satisfied.
Okay.
But I'd rather spend my money elsewhere.
Cool.
I'm pretty much like that too. Like I don't watch too many shows as it is, so I mean pricing definitely a big one. But like if like I would give whatever's the bare minimum to watch whatever I want to watch, basically just sports, and then pretty much it. I don't watch too many shows.
All right.
I guess I do it more for like convenience because I know now my parents record like all their TV shows so they could just watch it when they have time.
And
like
that's
I
something
watch,
you'd want to do.
yeah, just because like you can't always sit down when that show's gonna be on, so it's better to just record it. And have
Especially
that.
when
Or
the
even
trip
watch
was
the whole
up.
thing at
Yeah,
once.
when the triplets come and definitely need to.
I got a meeting.
And like just like for on-demand stuff too, like just like the convenience factor.
So convenience, and then what's one more thing? The second thing that would come into decision. You wouldn't worry about price at all.
I'm
Doesn't
hoping I
matter?
don't have to worry about price. Those are the plans.
This
But
is
I
the
guess
most
we'll
optimistic
put
person
price
I've
in that. We'll say that I'll worry about price.
All right, sounds good. So I think we have everything we need, guys. Thanks again for deciding to be here today, and feel free to finish the rest of the donuts if